Disclaimer, the first part of this video is going to be a little crazy, and the first Cenozoic therocephalian is going to look a little crazy. If you're new to this channel, you should probably watch the previous episodes in this series before watching this one, but not even that will save you from being shocked. Returning viewers, enjoy the show. A meteor slammed straight into the earth, hurling dust and ash everywhere. This might be the end of our story, or the start of a new one. The Ophaur Evolution feels as if it has completed its purpose. Its vengeance has finished. It drops and it takes what seems to be its last breath. Its muscles relax, its vision blurs, and what was once a wild and fearsome look on its face becomes something docile. It is at peace with its fate. It has done everything it could. But as it closes its eyes, it sees something. A beast that it has never witnessed, but one that it recognizes. Boria, why do you give up? The Ophaur Evolution is a bit startled, but answers back. I'm tired. So tired. There's no point in letting this continue. Our lineage will never have the success that we had before the catastrophe again. It's hopeless, ancestor. You can't give up. I went through hell trying to survive this planet, to leave a path for my descendants. But what is the point if we have lost so much? From feared beasts of the ancient times to creatures that are doomed to be oppressed by our own gluttonous kin. What do you think I fought for? For us to be the biggest and the best? To conquer the globe and take over everything we could? The reason that we fought was simply to exist. To survive in a world that time after time tried to wipe us out. But how can we keep up the fight now? The entire planet is ruined, the sun is gone and the land is covered in a dark fog. There isn't enough of us to get through this, even our kin from the different realms. Your kin who have lost their birthplace are a disgrace. They've become like the dogtooths in every way besides name. That is why I came to you. What can I do? I exist only for vengeance, to have a final go at the beast who drove us to the brink. But now that the meteor struck, there is no purpose for me anymore. The Ophaur Evolution, just because your original purpose is obsolete doesn't mean you can't find a new one. I can tell that deep down you still have a fire that burns within you, and that is why I want you to complete a very special mission. What is it? Eons ago I wished upon a shooting star. It may have been millions of years, but maybe that wish can come true. It is my last hope. Our last hope. A wish? What do you think a wish is gonna do to save us from impending? It doesn't matter what I think, there's nothing else to lose. If it doesn't work, it doesn't, but if it does, it changes everything. Now go! With a sudden burst of energy, the Ophaur Evolution ran across the land as fast as it could, chasing the star. Boria's lineage is brilliant. Its lineage is truly resilient, able to outshine the hottest of supervolcanoes, the brightest of meteors, and the most dark, depressing eternal winters. With a newfound purpose, the Ophaur Evolution realizes that it wants Boria's dream to stay alive. It wants Boria's lineage to thrive. No matter what it takes, despite the high stakes, the last synapses descended from beasts headed cerapsids will survive! Novabauria, 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 yeah! Novabauria, 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 Novabauria. And with that, we are now on the Cenozoic. 66 million years ago, post-impact. Now we're at the final stretch. Meet Novabauria. Novabauria is a very special critter for multiple reasons. Not just because it's very colorful for a synapsid, not just because it was born from the wish by a long-dead beast, but because it caused a split in the Boreid family. This grouping should have been promoted to beyond a family rank ever since Cyanops diverged from Boria, but the classifiers were lazy and instead there's a new tribe that encompasses the Cenozoic or anatomically modern Therocephalians. Neo-Borni. Defined as all Therocephalians descended from Novabauria, this is a crown group. The most important defining trait that these Therocephalians have is their gait. These beasts sprawl no more, going from a semi-erect to a fully erect posture. Novabauria, while not as venomous as the Ophaur Evolution, still retains some terrible toxins. Its bright fur was caused by the very nature of this genus' creation, and also served at aposematic colors. Being an omnivore with an unspecialized body plan, Novabauria could take any path it wanted. The path to recovery was difficult and long, but by the time the Paleogene ended, Novabauria had evolved into a variety of species. Too many to cover within this series. One branch of Neoborinae decided they still wanted one last shot at being megafauna. This branch led to the existence of a beast so big that its size exceeded that of any Cenozoic predator, being the largest predatory synapsid to ever exist. Megaboreodon. The giant Ophaur technically isn't an Ophaur at all. Since Megaboreodon isn't a direct ancestor of the Ophaur, I'll keep this quick. These beasts are so large that they entirely lost their venom. Fossil evidence suggested that they actually grew rather slowly, taking at least 6 years to grow to adult size. They had paws that are superficially similar to the Ophaur, but much wider and non-retractile. They used powerful arms to pin down prey. Fossilized seaweed show that they were born much more developed than the offspring seen in Neoboria line Neoborans, being able to walk moments after hatching. Alas, being such a huge predator, the Megaboreodon genus was a mere blip in the timeline. Just another one of the many short victories the Therocephalians have had before once again returning to the status quo. The other branch, subtribe Neoborina, decided not to go the megafaunal route. Instead, they learned to climb for safety and better access to food. Meet Arboroborea. A nocturnal adept climber with semi-retractile claws, this guy showed that we're getting close to what we can consider true Ophaurs. Consider the teeth. They seem to be in a transitional state of the blade-like shears seen in earlier beasts in the single-fused surface they are in the Neoboria genus. Their wrists are flexible and their paws have pronounced ridges. Their combination of arboreal features and small size allow them to exceed squirrels in arboreal agility. And one of the best things about living in the trees is fruit. Free, tasty calories. Some studies suggest that fruit made up anywhere from 30 to 50% of the diet of Arboroborea, but some beasts always crave change. Some members of the species realized that retractile claws weren't just good for climbing, they were also good for catching prey. The forests are clearing. There aren't enough trees, so they went back onto land. In a short time, they became just as good at hunting during the day as at night. Their paws went from semi-retractile to fully retractile. From fully plantigrade to semi-plantigrade. They went from mesocarnivores to hypercarnivores, and became new once more.